Hi YouTubers. Okay, a lot of you guys probably have these old 250 hammerheads or something like them. I just want to give you guys a heads up. All these buggies with the Cf250 moto engines in them wire the same. I mean, you could wire a Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, they all wire the same. So I want to go over a few things here on this thing real quick and give you a heads up on how to wire one of these guys up real fast. I'm going to take this thing off here and get down in here. Oh, one of the things I want to show you too, when you're doing since I already have the fuel system on this buggy, I want to show you something about the fuel system. This has a vacuum pump on it. This is on these vacuum pumps, everybody seems to think that this is what the lower one is, the one that the fuel goes to. No, it's not. The fuel goes over to the carburetor on the top part. This goes to the vacuum. You have two hoses. You have one hose that goes to the manifold, and another hose that goes over to the carburetor. So it's a very simple system, but I wanted to show you that before I take it off. I'm going to take this guy off here for a minute and see if I can get down here on this buggy here. I'm going to go over the electrical system. As you guys can see, I've done already a lot of electrical work on this buggy. It's not complete. I'm still working on it, and I thought I would take this video and go ahead and make it while I'm sitting here visiting with you guys, okay? So, what we have going on here is very simple. You start off with your stator, which are 3 wires. These are the wires that are your alternating current wires. These wires go over here, and they come up and they plug into your rectifier. Plugs right into there. Your rectifier comes out over here, and they plug in over here. Okay, you basically have 3 wires. So you have the ground wire, and then you have the red wire, which is the wire that is that charges your battery. Everything on this buggy is DC voltage. DC voltage means that you have 1 wire on your CDI. So I like working with DC because it's simpler than AC. So this wire here, you don't have to have it. This is a shutoff wire if you had an AC. So since you have a DC, is all you have to have. You have your ground, you have your power, and they go to the ground goes to this pole here. You have your power. You have the wire that's coming off your magneto down here. This wire, this blue and white wire, comes off your magneto, and if you look down underneath here, this is the wire that's coming off the magneto that runs over here. Okay, so even though this wire is blue over here, it changes up. You can see where it changes up here, and it goes into this harness, comes through here. You have the other wire, the green and white wire here, which goes through here. It comes off the stator and goes down here, and it's actually the ground. It grounds the other wire of the stator to the buggy. It's really important that you have that grounded to the engine, because you won't get any pickup off of just 1 wire. You have to have it grounded so that it grounds into the system. Then you have this wire here. This wire here is what comes off of your stator and runs over to your coil over here. And can you point that coil? Can you point it down here? This yellow wire here goes to the green connector on your coil, and then you also have the black connector on the coil has a green wire that goes back to your main green green grounds throughout your buggy. All your grounds will go back to the battery, and you'll have another ground. When you're done, you should have another ground somewhere that will ground back to the buggy. Another one will ground to the engine for the starter. Now I've added in these harnesses here, and these two harnesses also operate the up here to the key. So I've used a simple system here. I've got I used the horn and transferred it over to a starter. And if I were to, if these were hooked up, let me see if I can hook it up here. This buggy should start right up. And the key shuts everything off. Now, the other thing is, I've also got a main, this right here, this is a main feed to the lights. When it's on here, it supplies power to the lights, power to the light switch, and you have high and low beams, and you have a horn. If the key's on, the horn even works. So, and all I've done is take the wires that were on the back harness and just carefully mark them and bring them up to the front harness. One other thing that you have to have on these buggies is it has what they call an automatic choke on them. This is what goes to your automatic choke. You can see a yellow wire and a green wire, and I have to replace the temperature wire here. So this is one of the wires I'm going to have to replace. But this wire goes over here, comes down here, goes through here, and it goes over here, and it winds its way back over here to the temperature gauge, solenoid. So this measures temperature, which comes back over, goes through the fan, and back over to power. So when this switch reaches a certain temperature, it will kick the fan on. And this senses it over here too. So you have a double switching system that operates the fan. So you have the yellow wire that also runs straight out over here. Okay, you have the yellow wire, then you have the green and the green. Okay, the yellow wire runs over here. The other green wire comes over here, and when everything's connected, you have one power wire going through all the system. You have another wire going to power, and you have another wire that goes to ground that operates the choke. As long as you got power from operating the choke, both the choke, then your choke will operate as it should at any time. So I hope that I've given you guys a little bit of one last thing here. So you got this wire here, these wires here that go to the starter. You have them plugged in here, and they run. If I had this harness opened up, you'd actually see them running up to here, right here. And actually that power, what it does is you have the power wire running up there and back around. So it goes from here, back up to my switch, over to my starter. So my switch has power. The starter is the part that breaks it. It runs back over here, through the power, and out to the ground. So when I turn the power on there, I hit the switch activates the solenoid, turns the starter over, and starts the engine. And then when I kill the power from over here, from this switch, from this power side of the switch, that shuts off the power to the buggy. It shuts off the CDI, and the buggy stops. Very simple here. Very simple on this solenoid here. These solenoids are very simple. These rectifiers are very simple. So you have your ground. You have your operating wire that operates your accessories, and then you have your charge wire. So I have a charge wire running to the battery, to charge the battery. The other wire runs all of my accessories. So I have dual purpose on the rectifier. One wire runs the accessories, one wire charges the battery. That's how I set up my buggies. And they all run, they all charge, and all the electronics work on them. So if you have any questions, send me a YouTube video and let me know if you need any questions answered. These are pretty simple videos. Thank you very much.